One damn thing after another. Memoirs of an Attorney General. Speaking of that, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you today. Thank you for being here. So, obviously, this is not your investigation anymore. Durham is on his own, and you are no longer in office. But as you look at these things that come out, and as you look at this new memorandum that has come out, in which Durham says that Fusion GPS was not retained to help with legal advice, but held instead its primary, if not sole function, was to dig up dirt on Trump, which he says stretches the bounds of what attorney-client privilege means. Any thoughts on the way he's approaching this right now?
Durham is?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, as I say in my book, I think the question all along, and my concern all along, has been that this was a campaign dirty trick to get the government to investigate scurrilous allegations about Trump, and then leak that right before the election. And so that raises two questions. Was the Clinton campaign developing this false information and feeding it in for that purpose? And what was the FBI's role on this? And those are the two real parts of the investigation. And this part of it, dealing with Sussman, is Durham zeroing in on the issue of whether the Clinton campaign did anything illegal.
Do you think he's getting closer? You know, that's the question everybody has. They look at this and say, well, does this mean anything? When you look at it as an outside objector now, do you think, what does it tell you? Is he getting closer to people in the highest echelons of the campaign and her team?
Well, it tells me that he has dug very deep and he has developed some good information, and he thinks he can make a criminal case here. And there's never been a doubt in my mind that if there's a crime to be proven and brought by the prosecutor, Durham will do it. And that is a step forward if he succeeds in a prosecution, because sometimes that's necessary to get someone to cooperate even further.
I just have 30 seconds because I got to get to the Pentagon. But I want to ask you about this Trump case of taking documents to Mar-a-Lago and the archives and all of that. Any thoughts on what you're reading with regard to that?
Yeah, personally, I think it's a mountain out of a molehill, in the sense that the president is the one. The whole classification system is for the president. It's his authority that is used for it, and he can declassify or classify things if he wants. And I think this seems to be perhaps a technical violation, but I don't think it'll come to much.
Okay. Attorney General Bill Barr, sorry, our time is short.